If you are a woman living her best hot mess express life while simultaneously crushing it, and you're craving more clarity, purpose, and excellence, get ready because you're in the right spot. I am your host, Chelsea DeBruin-Colbert, and I want to welcome you to Season 2 of All Things Excellence, the podcast, where I'll be bringing you all the inspiration and insights your excellence-seeking heart desires. This season, I'm stepping back into chasing big, bold, and absolutely terrifying goals, sharing every honest step and misstep along the way. We're continuing our beloved Unscripted series, featuring live clarity coaching sessions with guests just like you, and diving deep into raw behind-the-scenes stories of powerhouse women founders I am wildly obsessed with, whose journeys will fuel your own. So grab your coffee, settle in, and get ready to discover just how close you are to the life your soul is calling you to create. This is All Things Excellence. Hey, All Things Excellence fam. Welcome to today's episode of All Things Excellence Unscripted. We are doing some live coaching today, and it's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good because you guys know how this goes. A few minutes before we get on, we talk for about 5 minutes about what's going on. Where are you hoping to have some clarity in right now in your life? And I've got my friend here, and she is needing to rebrand. She's launching it's a boutique and a fitness apparel, right? Like it's fitness apparel that you're launching.
Fitness apparel. I already own a boutique, but I am launching a fitness apparel brand.
Launching a fitness apparel brand with that. But also on top of that, on social media, you put out a lot about like how you're working out and what you're doing in the gym.
Yes.
Right? Like what you're
definitely
doing, encouraging other people.
Yes.
And so she said, I need to fit my branding to my business without being salesy. And the brand is all about expecting greatness.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
All about it.
All about expecting greatness, which y'all know we love around here. We're all things excellence. And what you said was that you have been playing soft. You're really hard on yourself. You expect absolute greatness and excellence out of yourself, but you're really soft in all the other areas of your life, like in your messaging on social media, what you're expecting out of other people, correct?
Yes, that is totally true. The only people that get the harsh side are myself and my immediate family. Everybody else gets the soft version.
I love that. Okay, y'all, when she said that, I said, oh my gosh, stop right there. Stop right there. We've got to start recording. And the reason for that is because there is kind of a disassociation going on in your brain right now where who you are, the identity of who you are, like you're just a badass. Like you kick butt and you take names. You expect a lot out of yourself. You love grinding. I'm sorry, how much did you lift in the gym this morning?
Well, leg extensions, I had 220 and I don't know, I leg press over 400 on a regular day, so.
There we go. There we go. So you expect a lot of greatness out of yourself, out of your family members. You're pushing yourself every single day, but you're playing soft when it comes to the messaging of your business, probably your employees, anyone that's on your team in any type of organization that you run. So I want to dive into that. I want to ask you, what comes up, like when you think about the idea? So like, let's say that I'm your ideal client. I'm following you on all your social media accounts. I want to buy clothes from you. But you even know me, like, you know that I can take it. You know that you can like hit me between the eyes and hit me hard. But when you think about putting that messaging out there, that's just going to punch me in the face and knock me to my knees. What do you wish you could say to me, but then what do you end up saying to me instead?
So I wish I could tell you, go get out there and do it and stop being a wimp about it.
Yeah.
But the real thing that I end up saying is, hey, it's okay. Just start today. Do something. Like, I make it so soft. I'm like, this is not the real message. I mean, yes, you got to go start doing something, but go do it with everything. Don't just give it half the effort. Give it 110% of the effort.
Mm-hmm. So have you ever gotten really clear about who your ideal client is?
So I thought I was, and then I started to mix the brand and my messaging, and I'm like, this is not the right mix. So I think that my ideal client is off.
I do think so, because what is your greatest fear if you literally stop doing? I feel like you want that ultimate grinding champion who is like this elite D1 athlete and goes pro, but for some reason your messaging is the participation ribbon trophy mom.
You are so spot on. That's exactly what I was thinking earlier. I was like, I train my son to be a D1 athlete. That's the
Thank you.
expectation in our household. You are expected to have solid straight A's, and we expect that you are practicing every single day. You are grinding above and beyond.
Yes.
But that is not the message I give to anybody else except for in my household.
Okay, so if you did that, if you gave me the same messaging that you gave your son, and you gave your social media the same messaging that you gave your son, what is the worst thing that would happen?
I think it's just a reshift. Like, I think because over the last, however many years that I've been building on social media, that's not what anyone has seen or heard from me. Like, nobody knows that that's really what it's like. They see bits and pieces of it. So I think it's just that fear of like, is this okay? Is this okay to completely start over?
You know what? Okay, so this is true. Your entire social media world, it's actually everything. Your social media handles, your Shopify, anything and everything that's like business account or personal account just got hijacked, flagged, and shut down, right? It seems to me like it was a gift.
I've been trying to lean into that. I feel like God gave me a better purpose for this. Like it was like a warning sign. Like my angels said, stop what you're doing. You need to refigure this out.
Yeah. Like, so I have a mantra that says, God loves me and everything goes my way, even if I don't quite see it yet. And all things only turn out for my good. Even if it looks like everything's falling apart right now, I have to ask myself, where have I had such high control that I wasn't allowing God to intervene and to like mold and redirect me? Like you just weren't listening. I feel like he might have given you some warning signs. You might have had some whispers that were coming, but you were refusing to listen to the whispers to redirect your account. I mean, do you believe that there are more people out there like you and I? I mean, because you and I want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. It's okay. Day one, or what is that? Today, what is it, day one or one day? Like, I don't need to hear some BS day one or one day. I need maybe a reminder of like, you can start a diet in the middle of a bag of freaking potato chips. So put down the freaking potato chips and go pick up some weights or start doing some squats in your living room.
Yeah, like, that's where I'm at. That's all the stuff that I want to read too. I mean, that's what
I want to read. I'm not reading any of these fluffy things. I'm following the like, in your face, you got this, don't be a wimp, you're stronger than you think, like, you don't have to choose to suck at life.
Yeah, right? No more sugarcoating. I think that's...
No more sugarcoating. No more sugarcoating. So do you think that it's really that, is it you need to reframe your ideal client, or honestly, you haven't even really identified who your ideal client is for this new fitness apparel line that you're launching for the Expect Greatness brand, So like when I think of myself as the clarity coach, there was an era of my life where I was like healing therapy, Chelsea. She was very soft and she was very kind and she was very understanding. And it was over the last 10 years. So for the first 5 years when I was building a direct sales business, I was my normal Enneagram 8 self. And then I went into like healing therapy, Chelsea, where I was very kind and very understanding. And I let people cancel and I let people suck and I let people make excuses. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's okay. Life happens. You're good. Keep going. Well, in the last 6 months, when I really launched my All Things Excellence brand, as far as being a clarity coach and having my growth collective and the book club and all these things, it started reigniting that version of myself, but just as my 40-year-old self, who's, like got a lot more wisdom. I know when to like maybe not be so harsh and keep my mouth shut sometimes, but it's like reignited the really strict, excellent version of myself. And I had to look at a lot of people on my team who might even be listening to this. So I'm apologizing. I'm apologizing that I brought you in during my healing therapy season. And I am no longer that person anymore. I have all of that compassion, but I just don't give a crap about your excuses. Like, I don't care. Like, you either want to be excellent or you don't. And so there's a little bit of a culture shock going on right now with people. Like I even had my brother the other day go, "Can you just be my sister? Can you not be the life coach?" And I'm like, I don't know if you want that. The
Yeah.
life coach is a little bit more understanding. And so you have to, because we go through these different phases in life. And I think a lot of times when we're building network marketing things or we're building direct sales things, we can tend to be a little bit softer because there is a fear that if we polarize people and we're too harsh, we'll lose them, which is a direct income loss.
Correct.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So then when you go to build something so completely separate, like a brand that's just you, launching a clothing line, you have to like readjust internally about who do you really want and who are you.
Right.
You got to like reintroduce yourself to the world.
Yeah. I think you're spot on. I mean, I really need to dive into that piece of me that's been hiding.
Yeah.
It's not.
Why do you think she's been hiding?
What's that?
Why do you think she's been hiding?
I think it was just fear of the unknown.
What could happen though?
I think it was just, it wasn't structured enough. I didn't have the directive. I didn't have somebody else telling me what to do with it. It was just the unknown. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of that shift of it's time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you do know what to do. Just stop playing small. Stop being so soft.
Yeah.
That's
Like when
not-
you say, I don't know what to do, are you saying like, I don't know what my messaging should be? I don't know what my branding should be. I don't know who I am. I don't.
Oh, I 100% know what my branding is. I've nailed that down. But I don't know what my messaging should be for my personal, to build my own personal influence outside of just my brand, outside of my clothing brand.
Oh, okay. So it's your personal branding that you're stuck on.
Yeah. Our business branding is nailed down, but I feel that it needs to be blended enough, but at the same time separate, because our business is not just women, right? I have fitness apparel for men. I have fitness apparel for children. I have fitness apparel for everybody. Okay. And that's a separate piece. But my personal brand, I want someone to come to my page and I want them to feel something separately, but at the same time understand that that's where my background is.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about that a second. So your apparel line, the Expect Greatness, correct, is a family focus.
Yeah, it's about, I mean, you could say it's a family focus. It's literally for a large variety of people.
Like when I say it's a family focus, I mean, it's very holistic in who it's for.
Yeah.
You've got kids, men, and women. That's what I mean, more like, you know, you offer, you are marketing, your target market is all ages who want athletic apparel under the branding of Expect Greatness.
Yeah, I mean, that's our slogan, yes.
That's your slogan, okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the company?
Rival Fit Gear. Yeah, it's Rival Fit Gear.
Rival Fit Gear. I love that. Okay.
It's very powerful messaging. So you can hear it in the word.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm here for it. Okay. So Rival Fit Gear, expect greatness. So that's already done, established. You guys know who your ideal client is. You know who you're going after. You've got all that done. It's launching and everything. So when you think about, but this is your baby, right? Like it is.
Oh, 100%.
It's 100% your baby, your creation. It is an extension of who you are.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
It's totally.
Like when I think of like the All Things Excellence brand is like, we have All Things Excellence, the podcast, All Things Excellence, the book club. There'll be the mastermind, the retreat, whatever. Those are extensions of who I am. It's 100% me, but it is still an extension of who I am. So then I think we have to decide, well, who are you? Like when we look at who are you and what kind of a presence you're going to build on social media, just brain dump that to me. Like, who are you as a person? Like, what do you love? What do you do? What do you believe in?
So my personal, I really love to help people at heart. That is, I always want to help people. I want to see people succeed. I want to help get them motivated.
People, like men and women?
Yes, but it tends to be women that gravitate towards my content, I guess you could say.
Well, because like I understand that I could help men, women, and children. I get that. Super inspirational. But at the end of the day, I feel like God has really called me to help women in this like specifically in the 25 to 55-year-old range. Now, do I have some 20-year-olds that I'm coaching and some 60-year-olds that I'm coaching? Absolutely, I do. But for the most part, I know it is women in the 25 to 55-year-old range that I'm called to really dig in and get,
Yeah, I think that's fair to say, because I feel every time I really try to listen to what I'm being called to do. I'm being called to teach the women of that similar age range, but also so they can teach their children, so that their children don't end up stuck where they are.
Hey man, confident moms raise confident kids. It's just, there you go, man. Like that's yeah. I would say like I was severely bullied in private school as a kid, and the bullying didn't really bother me because I was raised in a home of like a lot of goal setting and vision casting, and I was raised like a little miniature adult inside of direct sales, which was wonderful and awesome. So I found it very annoying. But what it did lock in me was the fact that those kids were bullying me because of their home life. Those kids thought that that behavior was acceptable because of their home life. And I realized that if they were not being raised by insecure women who lacked confidence, they wouldn't have been doing that. And so it made my life mission helping create more secure, high self-esteem, high confident women in life, because confident women raise confident kids.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, how can I do that? And I know that I've been called to do that by having a podcast, having a growth collective, doing clarity coaching with women, helping them get really narrowed into what they want, loving the life that they're living. So when you think about that, it's like teaching women confidence, helping women become more confident, because that has a generational impact. How are you doing that? Like, because maybe you're like, I don't want to have a podcast. I don't want to do clarity coaching with them. Like, I don't want to have a book club. Like, oh my gosh, no, I'd rather die than do those things. So when you think about your avenue, you're the angle that you're going after to teach women confidence for that generational impact, we got to go, what vessels are you looking at? Because it's like, I love doing, a spider web. Mm-hmm. You know what a spider web is, right? I was doing this with my husband the other day. He coaches 7 through 12 soccer, but how it works at his school, it's an all-year program. And so he also has classroom time with them a couple times a week. And so we're talking about the character traits of a champion, and we're creating this character traits of a champion series.
Okay, I love it.
And so I know you're like, I love this.
I know. Connect with him. Like...
Yeah, so we're in the inner kitchen, he's cooking, and we've got a giant whiteboard, and I'm like whiteboarding it. But how we started with this, is I always start with a spider web. So I'm putting in the center of a circle. So you guys, I took my iPad, and there's a circle, and in the center of that circle, I'm writing generational impact, increase confidence in women. Okay, when you think about having this generational impact, increasing confidence in women. So I've got the circle in the center, guys. And some of my clients are like, I know exactly what she's doing right now. I'm going to start drawing arrows out of that circle. Okay. What are ways that you can think of that you can impact women and help them increase their confidence? Like, what are things that you think of that you do?
Okay. Well,
it could be tiny things, like I think about the fact that I always share the books that I'm reading. I share the supplements that I'm taking. I'm sharing tools that are helping us create more excellence in our home, creating more ease, like communication tools. So it could be products, it could be services, it could be quotes, it could be, what are all the ways that you're increasing confidence in women?
I have a general tendency to help teach them what to do with their physical health.
Okay.
With pieces of, I tiptoe around it because my background is in health studies. I do have a degree in health studies, but I still tiptoe around how much information I share because there are so many experts out there. So proteins and nutrition and how you're eating, but also how you're building strength and what is that looking like in your household.
Okay. Why are we tiptoeing?
I think I just get nervous of like, am I going to say something wrong?
Oh, you mean as far as like information goes?
Yeah.
I think that there's a way to be wildly opinionated and still open at the same time. And how I always say is like, because we're really hardcore on the 80/20. We're probably more like 95/5.
Same.
We live way more strict than most people could ever fathom. And like our level, like what we consider a splurge would be like being crazy healthy for most people.
Same.
Like that's how we live. And so, but like where other people go, oh my gosh, she's so strict and crazy with the food she puts in her body. Because I consider myself to be very scrunchy. The crunchy community is like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe she bought a processed oatmeal cream pie from Sprouts. But the rest of the world is like, oh my gosh, how did she find a gluten-free, organic, 5-ingredient oatmeal cream pie from Sprouts? Like, why doesn't she just buy Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie?
I feel that.
You know what I mean? And so I just say it as like, I know that this isn't everybody's thing. I know that this can't work for everybody. And I don't know, this like might hit with you and it might not. Like, I am very strong in what I say. I'm very strong in my opinions, but I throw myself, how I counteract that is I throw myself under the bus before anybody else can.
Yeah, that's what I
Purely.
mean. Yeah.
Like we're going to start integrating creatine in our house. We don't have creatine yet. My husband's been on me forever. My fitness instructor, he's like, my Pilates instructor, he's like, you got to get creatine. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, fine.
You're
So
not
we're
wrong.
looking at I know. See, look at that. You're telling me, you're like, yes, you should be having creatine. I know it needs fulvic acid, so it's not hurting my stomach. Like all these things. And I feel like there's a billion brands out there, and what a lot of people consider clean. Like my crunchy community is like, that's really dirty creatine. And so it's like one day we can drink LMNT electrolytes, and the next day they're like the worst thing in the world, and you should not be drinking them, which I actually already knew because they gave me a migraine. I'm like, there's something in them they're not claiming because I could never drink them.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, so you got to just remember that we're finding out new information every single day, and it's okay because just own it. Like own your crap. Where it's like, hey y'all, I know I once said this, but now I'm saying that, and this is why. Like,
Yeah.
I know I once linked LMNTs left and right, that they're just like the best thing in the world, but we found out there's maltodextrin hidden in them. They weren't saying it, and so now we're drinking Cure electrolytes, or we're getting the Just Ingredients electrolytes. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just okay. But I think part of your problem here is that you're being so lukewarm. You're being lukewarm about what you're saying. You're being lukewarm about who you're going after. And so when you're being lukewarm and you're tiptoeing around everything, you can't even throw yourself under the bus for like, hey, I know I said this, but now I'm going to say that. Like, there's new research every day.
Yeah, that's where I'm saying, like, this is why I say I play soft. I know what I'm talking about for me. I know what works. Like,
Yeah.
I have people in my DMs asking me, what kind of workout should I do? How do I do this? I literally had like 6 people asking me in the last 2 days for a workout plan.
I mean, you should have a brand about that, though. You should have a brand. You should have a thing. There should be a guide. Like, you need a membership. Like, where's a freaking membership where we can be a part of this, where it's this active community where you're putting workouts in there, and we can and we're paying like $22 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Women who pay for that.
I know, but I that's where I am. I just give it.
Yeah. And I get giving it, like I've been there. And I think a lot of things is like when you've had a big career too, in certain career fields where it's like maybe you were in the corporate world, and so you weren't directly connecting your income to your efforts, or you were in direct sales, you were in network marketing. And so you give and you give and you give and you give and you give, hoping that this will eventually pay off. So you're used to giving the sun, the moon, and the stars for free. And people expect it for free. And then you hope to God they actually show up and do some activity that pays you someday.
Yeah.
Like I get there. I've been there. I've done that. But then there's this point where when you separate yourself from that, you've got to start charging for your expertise and your wisdom, because you need people to value it. And you can't give all that crap for free. So, like, I just created this, book club growth collective community, whatever the heck we're calling it. And the biggest thing is, it's like, I'm so excited because me charging for it means I get to carve out actual intentional time in my life to make it really freaking good for these people. So they're actually getting a better version of me. $17 at a time.
True.
Right?
I don't know if I have the bandwidth to like build something like that right now with creating a brand new apparel
Your other thing?
company. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of
Yeah.
extra commitment.
So what if it was something as simple as you had this like ChatGPT freebie where it's like create a little ChatGPT bot where it would automatically ask them some questions about themselves and help them spit out just like a very generic workout. You know, because like I put into
Mhm.
ChatGPT, like I literally took a picture of my at-home gym, said, "Hey, I'm 40 years old, I'm 5'1", I weigh 135 pounds. I've been doing Pilates for this long. I love running. I've got a treadmill. I've got a Peloton. I do Pilates on Fridays. Can you give me a really good lifting routine Monday through Friday that covers everything I should cover as a 40-year-old woman who is in shape and always has been?" You know, and it shot out a really great place for me to start. And I know what to do because I know how to ask those questions, but
Right.
most people don't.
Most
So
people
you could
don't.
have, most people don't, right? So knowing what you know, you could create some kind of like GPT prompting machine that would do that. So when people are asking you that, be like, "Oh my gosh, like I've got this $9 GPT that you can get to help you create this little custom workout for yourself."
Yeah, that's a good
Because
idea.
you need somewhere to be throwing that while you're getting this other stuff off the ground. And you also need to be growing your expertise in that because there's going to be a day where the apparel line is like up and running and going and you've got people doing the things. But at the end of the day, I guess here's my question. If all you had was a really successful apparel line and you didn't have this place on social media where women were personally coming to you to be like, I need you. I need you to help me with this. How would you feel? Would you feel fulfilled?
No.
So then what's the point? Like, what's the point of having a multi-billion-dollar apparel line one day if you feel unfulfilled because you're not helping the women that you
Mhm.
started it for?
Yeah,
So we've got to create space for that,
it's valid for sure.
you know, and even if it's small right now with a freebie guide or like a little GPT they can buy for $9 and it asks some questions to help them create a workout.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the most common thing that I get asked.
Yeah,
How do I do
that's
this?
super simple.
What should I be doing?
Yeah, that's super simple to do that. Um, okay, so back to when you teach women confidence, having this generational impact. You know, right now, a lot of people are asking you, what kind of workout should I be doing? What kind of supplements should I be taking? So you need to be posting about workouts, probably. You need to be posting about like supplements that you're
Um,
taking.
I don't take a ton of supplements, so it's not like
I think that's great.
I'm the
That's
old school.
awesome.
I mean, I went to college a long time ago and we took a lot of nutrition classes and it's the nutrients are supposed to come from your food. Our soil sucks, but nutrients come from your food. So I don't take a lot of supplements.
So why don't you full send on that? You know what I mean? Like that is the most viral reel I've ever heard. Like I know I'm gonna get a lot. I know I mean, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from this, but nutrients come from your food. Stop overtaking supplements.
Yeah.
Like that's a really great full send message.
It's what I live by.
I think you need to start saying that because when my husband was saying the creatine thing last night, I was like, oh my God, like how much crap are we buying a month? Like my mom says that almost every day. She's like, oh my gosh, the amount of supplements that your dad is on. Like we've got to find a middle ground with this, you know?
Yeah. There's some things you can't get from your food, and our soil isn't the same as it used to be.
No, it's not.
So you do have
So
to
I
supplement to a certain point, but
Yeah, but I think that's great. Like you're talking about this thing where there is a time and place for both, right? There's a time and place for having supplements and there's a time and place for nutrition. So I think that you can talk about that. I think you can talk about these are the workouts that I'm doing. This is the lifting that I was doing today. These are the supplements that I'm taking. This is the food. That's kind of a two-way thing. Like here's the food that I'm eating because
Mhm.
I believe in getting nutrition from my food. Like what else could you be full sending on? Like how else are you living in your life? What else are people messaging you about? You know, what other party trick do you have that people reach out to you and be like, fix this for me?
They really just need the motivation, like, and that extra push, like that, like I need a little bit more grit so how am I going to do this? And that's usually what they come to me for is, can you keep me motivated? Like, they're not saying it, but that's what they're asking.
Yeah.
So, like, I need a little of your motivation because I'm very self-driven. I don't have an accountability partner per se. My watch. I track on my watch every day. I close my rings every day. Outside of that, it's me. I don't have somebody else.
Okay, but like, be the change you wish to see in the world. Like, the quote, be the change you wish to see in the world, means show up as the person that you would be, like, that you would be following every single day. And people are going to follow you and they're going to be encouraged by that. And so motivation and grit is as simple as like posting in your stories every day when you're closing your rings, like another day with all my rings closed. And some woman's going to see that enough days in a row and she's going to go, you know what? I'm going to try and close all my rings today. I'm going to try and close all my rings tomorrow. And then 6 months from now, she's going to message you and be like, oh my gosh, girl, I just closed my rings every single day for the last 6 months and I did it because of you. Like, how would that feel?
Yeah. Those are the messages that I do get, and those are the ones I get excited. Like, I got excited. Like, I literally got excited. People were asking me, like, about workouts for this week. Like, hey, I'm going to start a new routine. Can you help me with that? Like, yeah.
So if you could only give me 5 to 10 character traits, give me 5 to 10 character traits of your dream follower. Like, that she'll take, you're going to full send. She's your dream follower, because when you full send, she says, hell yeah.
So my dream follower is going to be someone that's dedicated and good with discipline.
Dedicated, highly disciplined.
Highly disciplined, yeah. They're not going to come up with all the excuses. I'm going to say somebody that's really honest and loyal.
So honest with themselves, probably, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Honest with themselves.
Like, honest with themselves. Like, don't be telling me that you ate good today, but you had a candy bar. You know?
Yeah. They're very grounded in reality as to, like, what they're doing and where they're at, and they're not lying about it and not going like, oh, well, tomorrow I'll do it twice.
Yeah.
That person, right? Okay. When you say loyal, like, what do you mean they're loyal?
Like, they're a trustworthy person. They're a good person that they have high values.
And what do high values mean to you? Because what high values mean to one person doesn't mean the same to the other.
That's true. I would say they could be they're dependable. I would say they don't put up with a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Like, we ignore all the drama. There was no negativity. We don't have time for that.
Oh, okay. No room for drama and negativity. Because I think you and I both stand in the same place with this. I just believe that's a choice. Drama and negativity are a choice. Life is life, and life is always going to happen. But we're going to choose if we're going to make it drama and negativity and like a victim mindset.
Yeah.
You can be a victim or a victor. So they're really choosing no room for drama.
You're choosing the high road. You always choose the high road. And that's my ideal person. We're always choosing the high road.
Like, they believe that only good things happen to them and God loves them. Everything goes their way, even if they can't quite see it yet.
Yeah. Like, we're working towards that. I mean, they're not maybe there yet, but they'll get there.
But they believe in it.
Yeah.
They believe in it. They buy into it. They're not like, yeah, but that's just not how life is. Right? Yeah, they're working towards it, though. Like, they want your energy. Right? Anything else that you can think of, the character traits of your dream follower?
Along those same lines, like, there's literally just no room to talk about other people.
Like, no excuses when it comes to how you speak about other people.
Yeah, like, there's no room. We're not comparing to anybody else. We're just focusing on being a better version of us so we can give back to other people. And that's giving back to our kids. That's giving back to our spouse. It's giving back to our friends.
What's that word? What is that word when people talk about people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't think of what the right word would be either.
We don't do it, so I can't even think about it. There's a word.
I haven't done it in my whole life.
I know. Welcome to the house of expect greatness and all things excellent. We're like, what's that word when people talk about gossip?
Oh, yeah, that one. I don't know what it is because I don't do it.
Oh my God. I'm like, what is that word when people talk about other people? No room for gossip. My life mentor, one of my bestest friends, her name is Chris. She could be my mom. Literally, I'm like the age of her kids. And my favorite thing about her is it is a literal, I mean, no exceptions. There's no fine line. There just is no line. Like, it is a non-negotiable, non-acceptable for gossip.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite thing about her.
Yeah.
I love it.
I heard something the other day, it's like there's families that talk about other people and there's families that talk about goals and who comes out on top.
Yeah. Ooh. See, that's that type of thing right there is what I would expect to see on your profile.
Yeah, I mean that's who I am. That's what I'm saying. That's what we practice at home. We don't have time to talk about other people. We have time to talk about how are we progressing to get to the next level in our house.
So, yeah, okay. When I say I don't have time for low vibe people. I don't have time for, the reason I don't have time for low vibe people is because I am so busy focusing and working on where I'm trying to go with my life and what I'm trying to build and how I'm building up other people in my family. I quite literally do not have the capacity to allow someone's negativity to talk about other people negatively to come into my life. Right. I don't have it.
No.
Like, I literally, I don't have any space left for it. And I think that it takes up I think gossip takes up 10 times as much bandwidth as positivity. Like, I do think that, right? It's kind of like you could eat a hamburger or you could eat like a Snickers and it takes 10 times as much energy. Not literally, you guys. I don't know. She can tell you the science of this. Like, in my head, I'm like, it takes my body 10 times the energy to try and like burn and counteract the Snickers as it would to like really like just soak up like a really good hamburger. Like,
it's like the crash of it's the sugar crash. You're talking about the sugar crash right there.
Yes, not McDonald's hamburger, you guys. Like a lettuce wrapped. Like, come on, get you know. You guys know
a real protein, okay?
Yeah, we eat a lot of hamburgers in our house with lettuce wrapped and like all the. We eat a lot of.
We eat a lot of hamburger too. It's okay.
We eat a lot of hamburger going down in this house. So then when I look at this, they're dedicated. They're highly disciplined. No excuses. You say no excuses over and over again. They're honest with themselves. They're loyal, trustworthy. They have high values. They're dependable. No room for drama or negativity. They always take the high road. They have no room for gossip. So when you think about that person, you think about that ideal client, what is the kind of messaging? Like if you could make 3 posts right now, what would those 3 posts be about?
See, that's kind of where I get stuck because I'm like, now what? I know what I want to, I know what I should say, but
yeah,
you get like writer's block.
Do you think the writer's block is because you literally can't think of ideas, or is the writer's block coming from a place of fear?
I think it's kind of a twofold. Sometimes it's the fear, but it's also that I'm an overthinker. And I have been my whole life. So I tend to overthink it, and then I'll talk myself out of it, and then I'm like, well, maybe that's wrong.
Okay. I want to talk to you about that a second. So if I said to you, I just don't do cardio. I just don't do it. Like, I've never believed in it. It's never been my thing. Like, when I do cardio, I just don't like it. I don't like walking. I don't like riding a bike. I just, I'm just like, I'm not really like a movement kind of person. So it's just not possible for me to get in 10,000 steps a day.
You wanted my answer for that?
Yeah. What would you say to me? Like, if we were being really honest, what would you say to me?
Okay. So what do you do to be active? If you're not going to walk, you're not going to do cardio. Do you lift?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll lift for like 15 to 20 minutes a day, but I just, that's it. Because I just don't like it. I'm not really like a workout person, like it's not my thing. I don't like it.
Well, you don't necessarily have to be a workout person, but you need to stay consistent. You need to keep doing at least your strength training at a minimum. Because if you're not going to do that, your body's going to deteriorate on you.
Is that what would you say to yourself though?
If I would say to myself, I'd tell myself,
how would you say
up.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying to you, like, I don't really do cardio. I don't really do movement. I suppose I could see myself maybe lifting for 15 minutes a day. Tell me what you would tell yourself if you
What
had
I
that
do
thought come
tell
up.
myself when I'm in the
What do you tell
gym
yourself?
and I'm thinking, like this morning, I told myself I'm going to max
Hmm.
at this. I said,
Hmm.
stop being a little wimp. In other words, in my head that I'm not going to say, put the weight heavier. And I
Yes.
flipped the weight
Yes.
heavier and I forced it and I said, keep sucking it up. You can do one more.
Yes. You're fine. Get over it. Keep going. Right? Like that's what you want to say to me is like, are you serious? So you tell me that you want to be healthy and that when you're 95 years old, you want to be like your grandma and living at home and gardening and like walking a mile every single day. But yet you're telling me that you don't want to lift. Like, get over it. Like, that's what you want to say to me, right?
Pretty much.
Right. That's what you want to say to me. So when you tell me that you have writer's block because you're an overthinker and you've always been an overthinker in your life, I'm like, okay, so stop claiming that. Stop claiming that you're an overthinker because overthinking is simply sabotaging. And we're sabotaging because there's a self-esteem issue. So at the end of the day, like, I don't know if you were like bullied as a child or you were rejected or whatever, but you have this massive fear that if I just full send and say the thing that I want to say, something bad is going to happen. So I don't really know what that is. But that's what's causing your overthinking. Stop doing it. Like when I catch myself overthinking, I know that I either leap and full send or I go into overthinking mode. And I talk about like I'm allowed to go to coffee with my strategic brain, but I'm not allowed to go on vacation. I don't even get to stay the night. Because once it starts, like once I start staying the night with my overthinking self, next thing I know, we're on vacation. And then all of a sudden, we have built a mansion on an island surrounded by crocodiles, and I don't let anybody in. And I don't let myself out. And I know that about myself. So I don't allow myself to go into overthinking mode. And do I acknowledge I can have a tendency, once I start, I can't stop. This is true. So I don't let myself start. And if I get there, I go, hey, you know you can't be doing this. Because if you don't just make a decision about this now, we're going to blink and it's going to be 6 months from now and you haven't done a thing. So I need the version of you that tells yourself to get over it and put more weight on and lift anyways in the gym. I need that version of you to say to the person that says, yeah, I'm just an overthinker and I tend to overthink and I've done it all my life. Get over it. Stop. Stop doing it. Like, you know, the stop or I'm going to bury you alive in a box video with like whatever guy. Yeah, like first of all, you need to stop that. And second of all, I mean, you just need to identify why. Like if you're overthinking, you're afraid of something. So what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of polarizing people? Are you afraid of people not liking you? Are you afraid of people commenting and thinking that you're wrong? Are you afraid of being incompetent? Like are you what?
I don't even know. I really don't know the answer to that. I think it
Yeah.
was just that fear in my head of like, oh, I might not be perfect.
Do you struggle with that? Like have you ever done
Okay.
anything like the Enneagram, you know, where it's like are
Sometimes
you
I
the
do struggle with it not being perfect. More than sometimes.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that might be a thing. Like maybe you tend to lean towards being an Enneagram 1 where you've got like a constant critic that's going on in your head and you're like a million times more critical of yourself than most people are ever going to be critical of anybody in the world. People might think that you're kind of critical. So maybe you've been accused of being critical and having too high of standards and of being a perfectionist. And so you feel bad about how hard you are on yourself. And so then you worry because you just don't want to be that critical with other people.
But yeah, that's
You know, you
probably a little fair to say. Yeah.
right? Like you could have a little bit of that going on. And so I think that you've just got to remind yourself that you were created like this for a reason. You were created to design a brand around greatness. And it's the internet. Oh well. Like full send on it. You can always delete it. You can always say, I know I said LMNTs were great, but now I'm saying they suck because this is what we found out. Like there's new research coming out every day. I think you need to find a place of grace for yourself.
Sometimes I just try to hit send or push play or whatever, submit. I do. But then I question it too. I'm like, well, I hope that's okay. I'm just going to post and dump because I don't want to see it.
Oh well. Oh well. Just get it out there and get going, right? Because like what is that? Messy progress is better than perfect procrastination. Right? And so I think that's where you're at. I do think you know who you want. Like when you look at this, like I would write out these character traits that we talked about today and I would put them in a note in your phone. And when you go, I need to I need to create a post today. Go to that and say, look at like, what does that woman want to hear right now? What does she need to hear? What does she want to hear? Does she want to see the workout that I did today? Does she want to see the food that I'm putting in my body for nutrition instead of taking supplements? Does she want to see a motivational quote? Does she want to, does she want to hear me talk about like, oh my gosh, like I woke up today and I totally didn't want to get in the gym, but like I'm doing it anyways because that's what I do. Like I have a no excuses kind of attitude. Does she want to see just some tips on working out? Maybe she wants to see like videos on having better form or whatever.
Yeah. Some of them I get a little weary. I'm like, I don't have time to be taking videos in the gym, so don't be asking me to record my workouts for you, okay? I'll tell you what I did, but I'm not recording myself.
Yeah. But what if it's that? Like, what if it's a simple, do you go to the gym?
I do go to the gym, yeah.
Okay. So what if you created this simple habit of, like, this is a great habit stacking habit. So you're in the gym, you get back, you walk out of the gym, you sit down in your car and literally pull out the notes in your phone and you type out what is the exact workout that you just did, screenshot it and send that as a post.
Yeah. The only thing is I tend to do the same workout on repeat. So you're just going to see the same thing over and over and over.
It doesn't matter because posts are for new people. Posts are marketing. And stories are to maintain your current audience.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. I mean, there's this thing about like literally, like you can only do 4 repost something on Instagram right now a day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like people are literally recycling the exact same post 4 times a day because it's hitting new people.
That's true. Yeah. The algorithms are a little crazy.
Yeah. They're a little nuts. So I don't think it matters. I think you just need to create a pattern of that, of like, I'm posting my workout every single day. I'm finding a quote that really encourages me and that I like. And I'm like, posting a summary of like, this is the nutritious food that I ate today. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's, writing out, I think your personal brand is that. I think your personal brand is about expecting greatness. It's like, I'm here to encourage the dedicated, highly disciplined woman who's really honest with herself. She's loyal. She's trustworthy. She always takes a high road. She has no excuses, no room for gossip, and she wants more in her life. She's always going for greatness.
Yeah. I think that's the shift right there. I think that's the transitional stop with the softs. We're going to like baby you.
No,
we're just I wouldn't follow that.
I wouldn't follow that.
I wouldn't either.
What sucks is I wouldn't follow that. You wouldn't follow that. But at the end of the day, the full send version of you is like the person that I wake up in the morning to follow.
Thank you for saying that, because I think that's the helpful piece right there. I think that was the fear of like, am I too much for this?
There you go. It's the am I too much?
Yeah.
That's your fear. So that's really your fear. Your fear is, because there's always a fear.
Yeah, like, am I going to be over bombarding? Am I too harsh? Am I too bold? Like, I know I'm a lot. I know people look at me like I'm crazy.
I mean, I am a whole heck of a lot of too much for the wrong person. And that's a fact. But I am absolutely perfect for the other people in the world like me. And I don't need the entire internet to love me. I need an itty bitty tiny little slice. That 1% of the world that's like, I want more than 99% of everybody else. Those are my people. I'm a 1%er.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't follow unhealthy people who, people are going to come for me now. I don't follow people on the internet that are like 10,000 pounds and they're packing their husband's lunch with like Oscar Mayer bologna and Little Debbie's. That I would never follow that person. And their house is a messy disaster behind them. Now, does my house become messy? Yeah. Do I love In-N-Out? Sure do. You know what I mean? But like, that's not how I live my life. And I don't want to follow someone that's that doesn't even see that that's not okay.
Right.
That's your fear. Am I too much? Am I going to be too much? And so what I would do is I would write a new truth statement around that. This is a thing that I love using with people. And a new truth statement is simply going to say, I used to believe that I was too much, that I would polarize people, that no one would want to follow me, and that I would overwhelm people, whatever in the world that is. I used to believe that I was too much. Insert all the lies you tell yourself. And then one day I woke up and realized that is a big, huge lie, because God's word says blank. And I know for a fact that I was created to blank. And because that is true, the right women who are disciplined and dedicated and honest and loyal and, crave greatness and excellence are constantly drawn to my account, and you put everything that you know that you are. So I used to believe that, what is the lie? Then one day I woke up and realized that was a big, huge lie, because God's word says, and I know for a fact that I am, right? Like, some people just want to put what God's word says. Some people just, like, that's not their thing. So they want to put, I know that I am whatever. I know that I was born for this. I know that I was born for that. I know that I was designed to show ABC, XYZ. You know what your purpose is. And because that is true, and then enter the results that are your dream results. Like, what are your dream results, right? Like, mine can be, I used to believe that I was too much and that I would only scare people away if I full sended on who that I was. And then one day I woke up and realized that's a big, huge lie, because I know that God designed me to be bold, courageous, and oozing excellence everywhere that I go, and encouraging the 1% of the world. And because that is true, I'm building a top 100 podcast for women, and I'm constantly changing lives, and my DMs are full of women who are, soaring to excellence, exploding their lives for greatness, increasing their confidence, like loving their lives and obsessed with the small things. Like, and so you write that out, and then I type it up, and then I print it out, and I put it everywhere. I put it in front of my Keurig. Yes, I use a Keurig, people. I don't care about the freaking mold. I love my freaking Keurig, okay? But there's another thing, like, shut up, okay? Like, I want my freaking Keurig. I'll buy a new one every 6 months if it makes you mold people happy. But get out. I don't use the pods. I at least grind my own coffee every day. So, like, my mold-free organic coffee. So chill out. Yes, my Keurig. It's in front of my Keurig every day. It's in front of where my collagen and my supplements are. The few supplements that I do take. It's like on my treadmill. It's in my gym. It's on the dashboard of my car. I like screenshot it and I put it on my phone. When you sit down to pee, and like the wall that you look at in front of where you pee, it's there. It's on my mirror, because you want to get 10,000 repetitions in of this new truth statement as fast as you possibly can. And so that's what I would do. I would take that, I would put it, because that little lesion wiring in your brain that says, I am too much and I'm going to be alone. We got to rewire that. And then full frickin' send. I mean, full frickin' send now, but we'll also start rewiring that. So, what questions do you have?
I don't think I have any right now. I will come up with 5 million more.
Yeah. And you can message me. Well, all right, All Things Excellence fam, we're going to close this up with you guys. Thank you for coming along today. I think this was incredible. I think there's a lot of people out there listening to this podcast that have a deep fear of, am I too much? If I just full send and go with all that I am I going to be too much? Am I going to polarize people? Is no one going to follow me? Am I going to get all the hate messages? And while a lot of people are going to unfollow you, and a lot of people are definitely going to send you hate messages, and they're going to be like, one day you said this and now you're saying that, you're dumb, you're wrong, whatever. Oh, well, screw them. The right people are going to follow you. So thank you for listening, All Things Excellence fam, and we will talk to you all next time. Thanks for listening to All Things Excellence. If something landed with you today, I'd love for you to follow the show, share it with a friend, or leave a quick review. It helps more women find these transformational conversations. And if you're ready for support with your next step, or needing someone to stand in the gap with you to figure out what that even is, I'd love to create that space for you. And my intro clarity call is a great place to start, because life is too quick and too full to have to figure it out alone. Until next time, All Things Excellence fam, thank you for listening.